What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I would like to welcome you all to another edition of Wayne's Perspective, where we operate in discipline, decency, integrity, and respect. And I'm coming through with another video just for you. All right, y'all. So currently it is June 3rd, 2024, 5:46 p.m. in the Richmond, Virginia area. Kind of a somewhat rainy day today, but as I look outside, the sun is coming out. I got home from work about a few minutes ago, and I took a few minutes to, wind down a little bit before I hopped on my computer to make this video. So again, like I always say, I hope everyone is doing okay, taking every day one day at a time and going about things the best way you know how. As for me, I'm doing pretty good. Had a good work day. No complaints there. Business as usual. Shout out to EPMD. But other than that, again, doing just fine. No complaints. Taking every day one day at a time and living life the best way I know how. So before we get into today's video, y'all, which is going to be a 2-in-1 special, quote unquote, I'm going to be doing two reaction videos, one courtesy of Coach Greg Adams. Shout out to him. Make sure y'all follow him if y'all haven't done so already. And there's another brother by the name of the CJ Salter. Shout out to him as well. So I'm going to do reaction videos to two of their videos. Well, one from Coach Greg Adams and one from the CJ Salter. But before I get to that, I want to talk about something just briefly. Okay. I thought that when I was at a previous job way back in the day, I'm talking about like 2010, 2011-ish. I used to see this a lot, and I'm going to go right into it. You'll see what I'm talking about. So, ladies, I'm going to talk to y'all first. I'm going to talk to the fellas too, and I'm pretty sure both audiences are going to be listening to this particular video. But ladies, all right, what I'm asking is that when you're leaving out your workplace and you're heading to the car or the truck or whatever vehicle that your man has, and the man could either be, it could possibly be a good friend, but let's keep it real. More often than not in situations like this, the man that's waiting outside for his lady to come out is either a significant other, boyfriend, fiance, husband. You just never know. But ladies, I'm asking, when you step outside and you head into that vehicle, okay, I'm going to need you to turn down the switch meter, a little bit. If it's up to 10, at least try to turn it down to 5. Now, hear me out. I'm not saying for you to leave your curves at home. Physically, that's impossible. And no man, especially me, we're not going to ask you to do that. And besides, even if you could, you wouldn't leave your curves at home, for a variety of reasons. But also, men, we look, I look, I got a lady in my life, but at the same time, it's not narcissistic or misogynistic of me to say, I look. I mean, men, we're visual creatures, so that's always going to be the case. But what I'm saying here is that, when you're walking out the building, and of course, the ladies, most of the time, they throw their little hair back. Y'all know how it goes. I'm pretty sure y'all seen it. And just, still be stepping and walking, with this flair, like, I got it going on. You can't tell me nothing, back on out the way, but at the same time, you go into a car that your man is waiting in. So I say all that to say that, it's not an issue. Now, I've seen it within recent times at my job. And as recently as last week, I saw one lady coming out the same door that I came out of. And as I was in my car, starting it up or whatever, I saw her walk out. Now I keep it real. Did I glance at her? Yes, I did. But it wasn't in some, damn, I want to smash that. It was more like, okay, she looked good. But I noticed that time, as well as times before that, when she, stepped down off the sidewalk and walked to her man's car, whatever, she just got this, I don't want to call it arrogance, but like I said, this little aura, like, you can't touch me, I got it going on, look at me sort of thing, and I'm thinking to myself, like, girl, we know you got it going on, but ease back just a little bit, and this type of attitude, if you will, and the way that she walks, it kind of reminds me of ladies that we've seen at the mall or something like that. And fellas, y'all can back me up on this. We've seen ladies in the mall, they dress nice, they got their sunglasses on, or they got them placed at the top of their head. they got a designer bag on their arm and the phone in one hand, chatting it up. Now that is if she isn't holding a drink in her hand instead, which possibly could have came from a Starbucks or something, the same Starbucks that they said last year that they wasn't going to go to on a first date or whatever. But I digress. But like I said, ladies, ease up just a little bit, okay? And also going back to the mall example, they almost walk like that when they by themselves. I can guarantee you that if they're with a man, they're not walking like that. I mean, let's keep it real. I mean, it's not much you can do about your curves, but it's a difference in how women walk when they single as opposed to when they got a man in their life. We've seen it, across the board. So like I said, ladies, we know we got, we see what you're working with, but ease back just a bit. And fellas, let me talk to y'all before I finally get to this video. Fellas, if you're in the car waiting for your lady, specifically if she's getting off work or something like that, okay, I'm gonna need y'all to stop mean mugging. And the reason that I said it is because I don't know if it's a low-key insecurity or what, but I kid y'all not, in previous jobs, and as well as the job that I have now, it's like I see men, sitting in the car just when they're waiting for their lady to come out, they just have this mean mug, almost as if to say, she need to hurry up, or y'all better not touch her because here I am. I'm fellas, y'all seen it, and I be thinking to myself, like, man, what's the problem? So fellas, like I said, y'all don't need to be mean mugging when you're in the driver's seat, okay? And if there's any respect out there, and I'm sure that there is, I don't think any self-respecting man of any kind is going to try to hit on a woman when she's walking outside to a car that has her man in it. So, fellas, ease up on the mean mugging. We don't have a point to prove here. That should be a high school thing. And if you're in your upper 30s, 40s, and older, you shouldn't be in the car mean mugging. But then again, I think I just hit my point. That probably usually when I've seen cats like that, they're probably like in their late 20s, doing that, even under 25, you just never know. But like I said, ladies, even though it's nice visually, ease back on the switching factor if you can. And fellas, let loose of the mean mugging. You got nothing to prove. And if you're comfortable with yourself and your relationship and your woman, you wouldn't be sitting in your driver's seat with this mean mug thinking that, okay, you got to be on guard because somebody is going to, try to hit on my lady while I'm right here, mind you. I mean, come on now. So I just wanted to make that point clear. So with all that being said, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get right into this video. The first one, like I said, is courtesy of Coach Greg Adams. And again, fair usage for this video. And the CJ Salter, fair usage for his video. And I also want to preface this video by saying one more thing. I'm not sure if I mentioned this on my channel before, and I talk to my lady about this all the time. It's a lot of things that people do that bugs the hell out of me. And this first video with Coach Greg Adams is going to put that on full display. It's going to put that on full display in the second video too. So without further delay, y'all, let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to get my screen shared. And again, fair uses for the videos. Fair uses for the videos. All right. So here we go. And again, shout out to Coach Greg Adams. We're going to go ahead and get this started right now.
We got to be a little more tougher than that. Let's go to the next one. We're almost at the main event, I promise. This woman here, the opposite. She says she's tired of dating black men. Here we go. This woman right here, a sister. She's tired of dating black men. Well, I have news for you. You don't have that many options. So I don't know. Let's continue here. Here we go.
Aware that I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but I am so effing tired of the amount of emotional labor that comes with dating black men. I am so tired of the lack of commitment, the lack of support, the lack of encouragement, the lack of money. Like, I don't know what to do from this point on, but I can tell you one thing. My interest in dating another black man is like 1% at this point. They want us to be ride or dies until they get their shit together. And then they don't want to support us in return. They don't want to commit to us. They don't want to marry us, but then they want all the benefits of being a husband without actually proposing to us. I need someone who's intentional in every single aspect.
All right.
All right, now let me stop right there before Coach Greg Adams speaks his piece. Okay, now the first thing that annoys me about this is, why are you putting this on the internet? That bugs the hell out of me. Things like this should be private, okay? If you want to state how you feel, okay, talk to someone, but why feel the need to put this on the internet? You know, that's one thing. Secondly, don't they know by now that men, we're seeing this? You know, we're seeing this in real time. And when you come like this, men are going to respond appropriately and accordingly. You know, I don't think any self-respecting black man or any man of any other race is going to see this and be like, okay, maybe I should give her a chance. No, when you listen to everything that she said, why would anybody give her a chance or try to approach her or anything like that? You know, and it just boggles the mind that they just go and put this stuff on the internet. Again, everything does not, everything does not need to be put on the internet, you know. And then lastly, I believe she put this on TikTok. And with all due respect, those condescending, proper, quote unquote, TikTok voices just irks my nerves, y'all. I can't stand it. I just want to pick up something and throw it across the room every time I see TikTok clips. And you got these ladies, they talking with these condescending, proper tones. It just drives me crazy. It's insane, y'all. But again, why would any self-respecting man deal with her? And I mean, visually, she looks good. I'll give her that. But you're putting it online. So any real man that's going to see this is going to keep it moving. I mean, and why wouldn't he? You know, hell, if I was single, I would keep it moving because I wouldn't want these problems. And I don't think any man does. So let's keep it
There you
going.
go, gentlemen. There's a sister. Sister, you've been on my mind. Yeah, I mean, she has some valid points here. No one's ever completely wrong. No one's ever completely wrong. She has some valid points. And I've actually raised these points too. A lot of you guys are saying these women need to be married, but you're not marrying them. So, like, what are we talking about? Are you going to marry them? No. Well, shut the fuck up. All right, I've been said that about men. All right, these women don't need to whore around and they don't need to slut to their 30. Okay, marry them. No, we ain't going to do that. Okay, well, shut up. It's doomed. Nobody's saving this shit. You're going to need Clark Kent and motherfucking Superman and Spider-Man at this point. You both got an opposing strategy, but you're saying it should be this way, but neither one of y'all budging.
Well, I think at this point, I think social media and to a lesser extent reality TV has pretty much changed how most people view marriage. In this case, us as black people, you know, we don't view marriage the same way that we did 20 years ago, or hell, even 10 years ago. You know, it seems like every time somebody is getting married, then you got another two couples who's going through a divorce. Almost like we're slowly but surely entering in a divorce culture, which is crazy, you know. But yeah, I guess I see the points that he's making here. But yeah, we don't see marriage the same way like we used to, you know, from a community standpoint. We just don't.
Okay. All right. Anyway, right here. All right. So anyway, we do have a woman that has hit her wits end, and I'm going to just say she's too old. A lot of people aren't going to agree with this because you think when I say she's too old, you're saying that she's bad. She's ruined. No, that's not the case. This woman has had her fun. And now she's ready to settle down. It's too late. I'm sorry, honey.
And that's you.
I'm sorry. This woman's definitely 28 and older. Good luck. Because now you're dealing with men. You know, you're one of these. This is I want to say she's a mulatto. All right, but she's definitely a light skin. But you had 14 good years. There's 15 good years to figure this shit out, and you couldn't figure it out. You dated Octavius, Vontravius, DeAndre, Keandre, and all of these niggas that knew how to give you toxic shit back, and you went here and now what happened? How did you end up with no man? You know what I mean? Now you're trying to turn this shit in. Right? You're trying to turn in with all this baggage. You're too old. You should have started this mindset at 21. But now you're tired of these niggas out here. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's too late. When we get to Vivica Fox, it's too late. Now you want a good guy. Now you want the guys, but then they don't commit to you. These guys ain't going to marry you. Why? Marrying you for what? Let me see that resume. You know there's some kids there. Is that a car seat in the back? You know there's some other niggas' kids in there. Yeah, the N-word jar is filling up. Okay, so what are you doing? You ruined yourself and you're a wreck. All right, you're a wreck. You're probably a financial wreck too, because you're wreckable. So now you want the good guys to step up, but they won't commit. Gloctavius won't commit. Neither will the educated lames. Neither will Bryson Tiller. Nobody wants to commit because men aren't dumb anymore. Ladies, I want y'all to listen to this. Men aren't dumb anymore, although that dumbass police officer might prove me wrong.
Oh yeah, that video on his channel, I recommend y'all check that one out. Go in his archives. It's something about I believe a police officer got caught in the back seat with another woman. Not sure if that was a prostitute or not, but yeah, check that video out. It's crazy.
But from 14, let's go back to Bryson Tiller. From 14 to 28, men are dumb. It's easy to get them. All you have to do is like them. You don't even have to like them. Just act like you like them. A man will marry you right off the rip. 24, I'm about you. I'm a ride or die. I'll marry you now. And I'm not talking about Gloctavius. I'm talking about regular dude. Bryson.
And answer something for me, y'all. I think I may know the answer, but I want to ask it anyway. When did ride or die come back into the Black community's lexicon from a verbal standpoint? When did that come back into play? Because as far as I'm concerned, that ride or die line, as far as relationship talk, didn't that peak back in the year 2000 or 2001 after the Locks and Eve had that song Ride or Die, bitch? Y'all remember that? That was a time period when that was a thing, but it seems like it's come back out of nowhere, because a lot of people are saying that. I mean, I don't say it. I know what it means, but I just don't, apply that to my situation. But yeah, when did that come back?
Tiller before he's famous. Okay, with the nappy head, all right, and the nappy beard. This guy right here. Although he looking a little, I won't say it. All right, because I refuse to do it and go low. Okay, this guy right here.
I know what
now,
he means.
Everybody knows he's famous now, but let's say regular degular dude at 21 for some punani is gonna marry you. He gonna marry you. Why? Because he don't have that much access. He don't have leverage. I want to be with you. I want to make you stronger. I'm gonna do this. All this shit that they say. I'm gonna make you a millionaire. I'm gonna triple your earnings. Guess what he's gonna do? He'll get down on bended knee. I'm down on bended knee. He'll marry you. He'll marry you just for access to sex. But nah, you gave those years to Gloctavius. Now you want to meet this guy on the back end. He got his shit together. He ain't been in jail. He don't have a criminal record. He don't got 2 baby mamas. He ain't out here gang banging. Now you want him to just commit right off rip. Well, by 30, men aren't dumb anymore. They've already had a toxic woman in their lives. They already probably had a woman flip out and crash out. They've seen the lying women. They've had enough punani to know that peace leave is just peace leave. They're not going to crash out for no peace leave. They done bought some peace leave. They didn't have a woman like you, so you're not doing them any favors. And certainly when he gets 35 and 40, he is not going to crash out for no vagina. More than likely, more likely than not. Just then when you come in and say, let's be a power couple, I want my equal, I want this and that, he don't see the deal. Where's the deal? You think it's a deal. You're like, this could be great. Your money is our money and my money is my money. I can sock my money away over there and you can pay for everything. And we can be a power couple and we can be equals and we can be partners. And you can take care of my kid by Gloctavius. Where's the deal? Where's the deal?
Bless his heart.
So you're telling men wait, let's go back to the sister. She's saying men won't commit, and these black men, what deal are you getting him? You're giving him a leftover woman, washed over, ran through, and now you want the good guy. And
what happened? Where did all the men go?
And he's dealing with less testosterone, less dumb decisions. He probably had some dumb decisions that he done got over with. He had a couple of women crash out and scratch up his car. He had a lot of women say they're in love now. He's 34. He done been through life. He's been through life. So he's going to be less likely to commit. This is why this prime is important. So when women are in their prime, it's not that men see them as young, dumb, malleable, and you're going to get over on them. The prime actually coincides with men being the dumbest they'll ever be. As they call it, young, dumb, and full of cum. So,
man, I heard that sound before. That saying, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was hearing that back in my high school years, you know, probably as recently as my senior year. Yeah, I heard that a lot back in the day. And most of our sisters was using that to discuss us brothers at the time. And hell, some of them probably still doing it now as we talk about this.
yeah, you can wait until you're 30 and you get your career. You can wait till you're Vivica and you're 60. But what's happening is these women are finding that it's harder for them to convince men of the deal. That's because this testosterone has gone down and he now thinks with his big head and not his little head. So he's not being swayed by this bullshit no more. But her sexual prime also coincides with men being stupid and full of testosterone and will most likely hand over his life for this woman. Women will never understand this because they are control freaks. They want to control the entire sexual process. But then when men speak up or they control it, they don't like it.
Exactly. That's a good point. You know, basically, you know, do as I say, you know, all that stuff. You know, you're not going to tell me all that good stuff. Shout out to Messing with Sean. Yeah, that's where it is, you know. They want to be in control, and when they're not controlled, they feel as though they lost the plot, if you will. You know, yeah, we see it in real time.
Ma'am, it's simple. Your sexual prime is when you're younger, and it coincides with a young, dumbass man that will do anything for you. Once that passes, once he gets 30, 35, or he's had access to multiple women, he doesn't look at women like that no more. There has to be more. What do I get more? And yes, you're declining as you're making negotiations. Another thing that proves this that people will not acknowledge, but I'm here to teach. It's normally in these cases, we're talking about prime years when the majority of society has procreated. For men in this age group, you're talking about 16, even maybe younger, all the way up. Yeah. Most of their decisions are made primarily to impress women. I'm talking about going to school. I'm talking about everything. Going to school, picking schools, going to parties, playing sports, not playing sports, picking up a drum or a guitar. Everything is mostly centered around her. Once he gets about 30, that changes. Not all of his decisions are going to be made for that because he's now focusing on diligently getting his life together and working and getting his money, maybe leveraging and getting out of these situations. So it is advantageous for the woman to actually try to get these guys locked in younger while they're younger, or while she's younger to try to target a man and go up and try to grasp a man that might be in a better financial position that is older. But they're trying to do the impossible, is age, depreciate, and snap the guy up that can get the women when they're younger. We just talked about this with the Miami Heat ex-wife. Wait a minute, you're doing the impossible, trying to convert men when it's damn near impossible. Okay, this is sad to see that women will not relinquish this control, and this is much of the spirit of Jezebel and Lilith, is that they want to control the entire process. They want to do what they want to do and then say, okay, where the man at? Okay, where the good man at? We'll just pick. Well, you're past your prime picking years. Can you still be picked? Yep. Are you going to be picked by the guy you want? Probably not. So deal with it. But that's not how they want it. They want to just be able to tell us to wait and be the emergency dick in the glass over there or the emergency simp in the glass. All right. And then say, okay, I'm ready. And then men will just be like, all right, my fair maiden. They just want it the way they want it. Now, they never really run Other than Bree Folt's Law, it is women. They got it all backwards. I hate to say this. It is men that actually, and Kevin Samuels made this popular. Men control the access to relationships. He popularized that phrase. We've been talking about it for years.
Yeah.
Men control the access to relationships. They don't. She believes she does. Thus, if they're not doing what I want them to do relationship-wise, screw them. Well, I hate to break it to you, but you can't control that. You can be frustrated by it, but much of the frustration came from your decisions, not his decision to not give you what he wants. So he has a right to control that access. Even though you have a line of men, you still can't control what they do relationship-wise. And this is the bottom line to it. This is why you have a lot of frustrated women. They will deny this because they are constantly in a state of delusion related to what they do. This is not a bad looking sister. I can tell she's older, but you can't control what men do with their relationships. You can when they're young and inexperienced, which is why God blessed you with looks and prime years and prime fertility. When you're younger, you will probably be able to dictate to men what they'll do. They'll do whatever you tell them. Once 30 happens, this starts to decrease.
All right, y'all. So shout out to Coach Greg Adams for that. You know, he made some good points. The only other thing that I want to add in addition to what he said towards the end, see, another thing women can be doing nowadays is, you know, taking advantage of self-reflection. Now, speaking from experience, that does help, especially when you take a reasonable amount of time. But then again, I wouldn't say reasonable. Just take I would say a solid amount of time reflecting on decisions that you made in the past, how they brought you to your present, and what you plan to do in the future. You can do that sort of self-reflection without putting everything on the internet. That's what I would say, you know. So again, like I said, he made some good points, but like I said, at the end of the day, self-reflection will be the key here. And I would support that and champion that. And especially anything to get our women, our ladies, to not put everything online. Once you get to a space like that, you're going to be good. You know, you may end up finding the person that you're looking for, but you got to do things differently. You know, you can't keep doing the same thing expecting different results, you know, because it's gonna be a continuing cycle. You can't look at it that way. You just can't, you know. So like I said, self-reflection, reflect on what you did in the past, how those decisions brought you to your present, and focus squarely on what you're going to do differently and better in the future. It'll work. So with all that being said, you know, again, shout out to Coach Greg Adams. And right when I say that again, in terms of not putting everything online, that's going to take us to the next video and the second one here. I'm going to go ahead and get the screen share for this one. This is going to be another good one, y'all. I'm surprised it hasn't hit the YouTube airwaves yet, so to speak, but I'm pretty sure they will be. So again, shout out to the CJ Salter. Go follow him, like I said, if you haven't done so already, and do the same thing for Coach Greg Adams. This one is crazy. Let's go ahead and get right into it, y'all.
Video online, and I just thought it was bananas. We're gonna check it out, but before we do, subscribe to my channel and like this video. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate it. Let's go.
And look at this title right here. Look at this. The Who Has the Worst Baby Daddy Challenge. Really? I mean, look at that. And I guarantee you the people that's participating in this, I mean, I know CJ is going to get to this, you know, once I, you know, resume the video, but I mean, just look at that, you know. Is it anything that our ladies wouldn't do? And I guarantee you the majority of the people that's participating in this are Black women. I would be surprised if any white women, Muslim women, Asian, Puerto Rican, whatever the case may be, I'd be surprised if there's any percentage of them participating in this. But I mean, fellas, will we do something like this and put it online? Now, don't get me wrong. We may have some discussions amongst ourselves away from the internet. You know, but we wouldn't do this. Can you imagine men, black men mostly doing this? The who has the worst baby mama challenge? I mean, seriously, but let's go.
Comparing who has the worst baby daddy is insane. So I just came across this post on my For You page of this woman talking about who has the worst baby daddy. And apparently it's like a challenge. I'm going to tell my story. You tell yours. I bet you I got a better one. I bet you mine is worse. And the thing that was crazy was so many women in her comments. So many baby mamas with baby daddies talking about how they want in on the challenge. They got one better. Like, I can't wait to share my story. And if for me, it's just, again, as Black women, when we come together, we do not come together for anything productive. So we could sit around, you could share all these videos and go back and forth about my baby daddy did this to me. He did that to me. You share yours. What is the end goal? Is anyone learning any solutions of how to not be in this situation again? One woman shared that she has 4 kids, 3 baby daddies. Wouldn't it be productive to talk about how do we not end up in this situation again? Or how do we help other women not be us, not be baby mamas, not have baby daddies? No, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about, I got a better story than yours. Mine is worse than yours. A lot of women don't even know the men that they're having kids with and expect them to meet these high expectations. You don't even know him.
Right.
So it's just crazy that this is the stuff that we challenge each other to. Tell your horror story about your baby daddy, and I'm going to tell mine, and we could just go back and forth. And again, what does it do for us? What does it do for the community?
No.
How does it help Black women? It doesn't.
Comparing your bad decision-making stories is wild. This is insane. I can't believe they are doing that on social media. And this is why I always say, once they gave these women microphones, all hell broke loose.
And let me pause it right there. I agree with the sister, and I agree with CJ as well. And I just wanted to throw this in there too. And as a matter of fact, let me go directly to the comment that I left on his page. Here it is right here. This is what I said. First, I'm convinced that social media and reality TV have placed these women into a severe, warped, illogical, and irresponsible way of thinking, and we continue to see it in real time. Secondly, it's the entertainment factor too. In most cases, we will support and champion anything, and I do mean anything if it's entertaining, and that's another problem itself. And that's my whole take here. I mean, worst baby daddy challenge? I mean, just when you think things couldn't sink any lower, we get this. And like I said, I would not be surprised if there's some more videos on YouTube talking about this. I'm surprised that this is the first one we've seen as of now, but I'm going to give it some time. I guarantee you some other people are going to be talking about it, especially if some of it starts to go viral, but let's keep it going.
Can't make this up. Now, this creator here, she normally comes online and she's basically talking about some good positive stuff, trying to give out good information, and she gets so much hate from women because they hate the truth. Nothing she said in this video was a lie. If you're going to make these videos should be about teaching the younger girls not to make those mistakes, what to look for, what not to do. You don't go in there and brag about it. They up here trying to get a trophy for their bad decision making. Well, you get a crown with that? Or you get a $50 gift card to Applebee's? What is this? It's the level of thinking behind this is what I'm saying.
And they don't want to go to Applebee's, yo. They don't.
You need to take some of these people microphones, man. Just take their microphones. Now, I haven't seen this challenge, and I'm very happy for that. I'm happy that type of trash is not in my algorithm because I want nothing to do with that. To sit there and listen to these ridiculous stories. Your baby daddy is a real loser. He hasn't had a job in 10 years. Well, my baby daddy hasn't had a job in 15 years. This is ridiculous.
It really is. And I mean, this is nothing to be celebrating, And again, I go back to the first video. Why put this online? Everything does not have to be online. I don't understand it. I'm telling you, y'all, social media, and to a lesser extent, reality TV has its pros and cons, but for the most part, we're going to be living with this for quite some time. I mean, social media just changed the game in so many ways. It's not even funny. This sort of thing wasn't even a thing years back. And look at where we are now. There's some advantages of the internet and there's some disadvantages. And this is one of them. So now everybody got a voice. And I've been saying that for quite some time. But like I said, everything does not have to go online, you know, especially in a case like this.
Why are you even talking about this? This is something back in the days people would have been ashamed of. Ashamed of it. You don't want to tell the world about this, but these women are bragging about it. Bragging about it. Like this is something to
Nothing
be
to celebrate.
proud of. We're just living in a time where things are just different. It's just different because none of this is cool. We need the older women to talk to the younger women, teach the younger women, not go online and make this seem like a damn game. Now, this applies to men too. We need the older men to come online to talk to the younger men. So I'm not saying men don't need to do the same thing. There's no pride, there's no respect, there's nothing. It's just, what can I do to get some attention to my page? What can I do to get some likes? Even if you saw that trend coming on your timeline, as a woman who's made this mistake, there is no way you should want to jump in.
That is true. I mean, why participate? You know, it's nothing fun about this. It's nothing satisfying about this. It's definitely not anything that you should be, you know, celebrating or whatever. I just don't understand.
You should be looking at it the same way I'm looking at it. Like, what the hell is this? But nope,
right.
A lot of these women are jumping right in. I can just imagine what the next generation of young women are going to be like.
Let me say something. I'm starting to notice that.
All right, so let me stop it right there. But again, shout out to CJ Salter and his channel. That was a good video. Well, it was a good video overall, but I really like that first part because I had no idea of that challenge. But like I said, give it some time. It's gonna make its way into YouTube, you know, probably my algorithm and his, you know, because we are talking about it. So, you know, it's just crazy. Like I said, just when you think things couldn't sink any lower, we get that, you know. And I just want to end with this. You do not have to put every single thing online. And I think as we begin to recognize that and realize that, even though we're probably years, maybe even decades away from that sinking in, but until we get there, you know, this is what we're going to see. This is going to become a normal thing. You know, you don't have to put every single thing online, especially a dumb challenge like this. And furthermore, you're not going to see black men doing this, you know, like the worst baby mama challenge or something like that. Hell no, you know, because we're going to get clowned. You know, the women are going to come after us for basically disrespecting women. Other men are going to come at us because we're doing something foolish. You see how that works? You know, you're going to get the women are going to have some level of support for that because it's foolishness. But the men do it. Yeah, you're going to get it from both sides, you know, but I digress, man. But like I said, you know, in a case like this, we have to do better. We're going to get there at some point. But, you know, like I just said a few moments ago, we're going to be stuck with this level of foolishness for the next several years. And dare I said decades, y'all. I hope that's not the case. But the way things are looking now, we're in for it, y'all. We're in for it. So, again, shout out to CJ Salter and shout out to Coach Greg Adams for their videos. And one more time, go follow them brothers if you haven't done so. So, that brings us to the end of this video. If you like what you heard and you're ready to become part of Team Discipline, go ahead and hit that like button and drop some comments if you're feeling the content. And last but not least, hit that subscribe button along with the bell so you're notified when I drop new videos. And until next time, my people, take care of yourselves and remember 2 things. Number 1, the power of the mind is valuable. And number 2, you do not have to put every single solitary thing online. You just don't.